So yesterday we learned about like how we can pass the children or any other component as a property, like
Mhm.
using like props.children, we render the things, right? So other properties.
Yep.
And after that we learn like how we can render something conditional, like if he's logged in, then show something, and if he's not logged in, show the other thing. This is
Mhm.
the thing we done using. Then we learn how we can do this thing using useState. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So we done we learn up to this. Okay, so now we'll see like how we can store this object and array and other things. Okay, so
Okay.
let's start in the pages. Let's go to the app. In our previous session we have like error false, so if you want to put a string, so you can do that. And another thing I just want to tell you, so yeah, and whenever we actually update this state, it will, this component will re-render, right? That's why
Mhm.
this console log is printed twice. So initial
Yep.
rendering, when this will run once, and whenever we change the state, it will run again, or it will run
Right.
the whole
Yeah.
function again. Okay. So this is
Yep.
the another thing about useState. Okay. So let's say we have a string, or we have a string type
Mhm.
useState. Let's say empty initially. Okay. So initially the value is empty, and it will give you an array, right?
Okay.
So it will give you an array, and what we can do here is, so we know that this array will hold only two elements, right?
Mhm.
And we can do here actually array structure. Okay, so how the array structure will work, so we will extract that two element as a variable, okay, from this array, like this.
Okay.
Let me show you. So const, so we know this is an array, so we will destructure the array, so we will give array sign first, okay, and then from where we
Ah.
want to destructure, so we destructure from this array, right? So this element,
Mhm.
right? And what are the element we have here, like how many element we have in this array? Two, right?
2. Yeah.
So you can
Mhm.
give like 1 comma 2. So this is the
Right.
first element, this is the second element. You can give any name here, okay?
Okay.
And these two will act as a like normal variable now. Okay, so 1 is a
Yeah.
variable,
Yeah.
2 is another variable. Now if you just print here, okay, let's console log 1, or you can say type of,
So what number 1 is an empty string and number 2
yeah.
is a function.
So the type of 1 would be like string, and the type of 2 would be like a function. So if
Mm.
you just
Mm.
see, and I have already run the application, so yeah, layout is not defined. Let's import it. Mm, do we have it? Yes. Okay. Okay, let's go to console log. As you can see, first one is a string
Mm.
and the second one is the function. Okay,
Mm. Yeah.
fine. Okay, so now what we can do, so usually what we do, so usually we give this a name and give this a name. Okay, this is just naming convention. You can name whatever you like. Okay,
Sure.
so let's
Mm.
give it a name like called name, and give the function name is called like set name, because we know that set name, this function will use to change this name, right? So this is
Mhm.
like now more readable. Okay, so usually we use state
Yep.
like this. Is it fine now up to this?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's the same
Yeah,
as the video you sent me with the count
yeah,
and
yes,
set
yes,
count.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, okay, so now what you can
Nice.
do, you can just take this thing and put it over here directly instead of writing them in different line. Okay,
Mm.
okay,
Sure.
so now what we can do, so we can like print this.
And that's called destructuring.
Yeah, this is called array destructuring. Okay,
That what you did. That's
yeah, this is called array destructuring. And when we do like object destructuring, we do like this. Let's say constant, we have an object like this called name 2 equal something. Let's say this is our object. Okay, so if we do
mm.
want to destructure this thing, so we will give something like, instead of this array sign, we will give this object sign. Okay, and after that we will write from
Right.
here we
Right.
want to destructure the thing, and here we will type this thing like name to whatever you want to destructure here. Okay, so it need to be exact same because this is an object. But in the in case of array, we know there are how many elements, so two elements. So the first element will be the first element, second
Always
element
2.
will be the
Yeah.
second element. Okay, if there is three element, then you can give
Mm.
another comma and then put the 3 here. Okay, And we know useState will have only two
Do you
elements.
ever have 3 elements?
No.
Ah,
It's
2. Okay.
it's just an example. Yeah, we know that useState will have two elements, so we'll give like this. And whenever we do like
Right.
object restructuring, we do like this. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's comment
Um,
it. Okay, so now let's say we want to show this name in our browser here. Okay, so
Yep.
let's remove this title for now, just keep it empty so that it's nothing over here. Okay, so or what we can do, we can just print the name as a title over here, like pass the name as a props. Okay, in the layout we print, take the props, and then props put the title inside this h1, you know, right? In previous session we did. Okay,
Yeah.
so in the title we are passing these props as this state as a props here. Okay, so this state will go to
Right. Okay.
this layout, and here we just print that thing, right? That name thing. Okay,
So, but
this one.
it'll just be empty though, right?
Yeah, so initially as you can see it's nothing here because it's empty, or let's say we give some initial value here, so it will be initial value. Okay, because this is here and it will go to this title, and this title will be printed over inside our layout here. Okay, fine. Okay, now
Yep.
let's say we want to change this
Yep.
initial value to like home, about, or something else. Okay, so how will do that? So we'll just create a button here, so when we click on that button it will change. Okay, so we can say change to home, let's say, and we will do a on click here, same as previous, like one click camel casing, and then a function. So you can put arrow function or the normal function, but without a name. Okay, and here what we can do, we can take this second element to change this first element. So take set name here, set name, as you can see, and this will be a function, and this will take the value of the new value actually. So initially it was initial value, and now we'll put a new value, like we can say like home. And if you just click on change home, what will happen? So it will change to home, right? So home, fine.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
this is how actually we pass a state into a different component. Okay, so as you can see, this state is here inside our app component, and we are passing this thing as a props into a layout component, and there where we are using it. Fine.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so we'll for now, is it fine? Yeah, after that what I can do.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, the second thing we can do is like this is a string. Let's say we'll talk about let's talk something about like number. Let's say I've also sent you the video where he shows in like number and how you can modify this thing. Okay, so yeah, we can take the same example, or let's say what we can do, you can count the like. Okay, so how many like let's say we have on a social media post or something like that. Okay, so let's say initially it's 0. Okay,
Yeah.
and this will be a button will call that like now, and here, and instead of title here, let's pass a static title here, let's say a post. And if you want to show this like inside here, like inside the JSX, okay, instead of this passing as a props or something like that. Okay, so how we'll do that, we'll put a like this curly braces, and inside that we will just type the variable name like. Okay, so normal JavaScript. And now you can type here like colon. So this is the like count, and this is the normal text. Okay, and this is the variable, that's why we rounded it using these curly braces. Okay, so now if you just go there, a post, and you can see like equals 0. Okay, this is the like thing. Let's put a beer here. Okay, so like 0, then the like now button. Okay, now let's say we want to update the like set like using set like, update the like count. Let's say we put here 5. So then if you just click on here, it will become 6, and if you just click again, so it will always become 6. And this is just an example, like the set name and other things. Okay, but now let's say we want to whenever we click here, it will update, like let's say it will multiply, or it will just add a 2 with it. Okay, or add it 1, whatever. Okay, so initially it is 0. So what is the convention here? So as you can see in the set like, we can passing a number, the updated value, or what we can do, we can use our previous value, and based on that we can set a new value. Okay, So to get the
Mm.
previous value, what we can do? So we can just cut it and pass a, instead of a simple value, we can pass a arrow function here. Okay, in the set like. So previously what was, it was just like a number, okay, or a string or a true or
Yep.
false. Okay, but now what we are doing, we are passing as a parameter as a function here. Okay, this is the function, or you can write like this,
Mm. Mm.
function, like this. Okay,
Sure.
and now the task of this
Yep.
function is this function will return something. Okay, so whatever this function will return, that will become a the new value here. Okay,
Mm.
let's say we will
Yep.
return here, let's say 10. Okay, so now if you just reload and click on, like, now it will become 10. Okay, so if you see, okay, so the set like
Mm.
will take a function, and whatever this function will return, that will be the new value of this state. Okay, up to
Okay.
this is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, yeah,
Yeah, but I thought you were going to pass something through in the parameter to
no, we'll go on that. Okay, so let's go step by step. Okay,
okay.
so this is the main thing. Okay,
Yep.
that if you can just do it like this,
Mm.
like simple 10, or you can do like this, you take a function and then you can return the thing.
Mm.
Okay, the
Okay.
same thing. Now let's say
Got
we
it.
want
Got
to
it.
use our
Yep.
previous value here. Okay, so how we'll do that? So that previous value you will get here as a like argument or parameter. Okay, so you can say previous value.
Mm.
Okay, now you can actually use this previous value and
Yep.
modify this and return again here. From here, that will be in the new state. Okay, so let's say we take the previous value
Yep.
here and then plus it with 1. Okay, now if you just go there
Mm.
and it's 1, and currently it's 1, and if you just click it again, so the previous value would be, okay, let's console log it here so that we can see.
Mm.
I can say prev, yeah, reload. Okay, so initially 0 and it's entered the component, and now if you
Mm.
just click on here like now, so the previous value is 0 and it's entering the component again. So now then what we are returning here, we are returning 0 plus 1, so 1 returning, so that's why it's become 1. If you just click again, so previous value is now 1 instead of 0.
Mm.
Previously it was, initially it was 0, then
Yeah.
it becomes 1. Okay, so this is how it will work actually. So if you need to use sometimes like the
Nice.
previous value, that time actually you use function, and if you just want to directly change the thing, you can use that like this. Directly you can just put 5, 6, or 10. Okay,
It's cool.
okay, so the next thing what we can do, okay, let's okay, let's just keep it like that, and we can just create a new component and where we can do some other things. Okay, we can create a folder called state here,
Okay.
and here we can just, can say like count.jsx, and take everything from here, like the like state, and we need to import the state from React. So here use state, this is a named export
Mm. Right.
import. Okay,
It's important. Yeah.
after that we can do like, so take print the like here, and then take this function. So yeah, and now we can clean this thing. Okay, now we'll see, let's create another object. Okay, now we'll see how we can use store the object inside state. Okay, so like normal object, in the object it will contain like name, like for the student object it will names a name, then department and other information like this. Okay, so let's see,
Yep.
student object state dot jsx, let's say, let's import it here. Object, okay, let's create it fast. RFC object state. Okay, here, so let's import the state first, use state, and here const, let's do like this, use state, And here initially we will pass a empty object. Okay. And we'll receive two things from this useState. So we can call it like obj and set obj. Okay. So whatever you can call it the variable name, and then you can just put a set here to make like so that it's more like readable. Okay. So now let's print the thing here. So whatever the value of the object, so what you can do, so you can print like this as a JSON. So let me show you how we can do that. JSON dot stringify. So we will convert this object into a string and then just pass it over here. So let's try this. Let's say 1 equal 1, or let's say 2 colon 2. Let's say this is our simple object, and then we are just printing over here. Let's see. As you can see object state. So 1 equal 1 and 2 equal 2. Okay. After this is
why do you want JSON?
Okay, so if you just
directly, why are we changing
yeah,
it to
okay,
JSON?
let me show you. If you just directly put a object here, actually it won't show here and it will give you an error. Okay, because objects are not valid as a React child. Okay, because we need to pass here some string or some JSX. Okay, this is not JSX or this is not a string. Okay, that's why I just convert it into a string and then print it here. Okay,
but okay, couldn't you have just gone string brackets and then objects?
it won't work actually, because that time actually it will show the type only. Let me show you. So if you just do like this, as you can see, this is an object. As you can see, object, it's showing like that. Okay, because this is an object type, that's why it's showing like this. Okay, so if you want to, if you ever want to print a string, print object inside your browser, that time actually what you need to do, you need to do like using, you need to convert it into a string first. Okay, so how you will convert, you will take json.stringify and then you will pass the object here. Okay,
what about object to string? Can you use that method?
Okay, let me see. So which one?
Object dot to string.
Okay, I think
and then with the brackets,
this is
like
nothing available. I think this is not available inside object. This is available in the I think string. Okay, maybe in the array it's available. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Let's say an array. Yeah, it's available in the array. It's not available in the string object. Okay, so for the object, you will need to do like this on dot stringify, and then the object. Fine.
Wow. JSON stringify. Okay, I've never used JSON.stringify before.
Okay, so
I've seen it, but I've never used it.
Okay. Then let me just give you an example of it. Okay, so let's see here. This is a Coca. Okay, so let's create a
Coca. Ah, nice, nice.
So
is Coca free?
Yes, it's free. As you can see here,
it's free. Ah, nice.
You can write some like raw JavaScript and TypeScript also. Okay, and see the output over here. Okay, so let's start. Let's say we have an object. Let's say name equal like John. Okay, so this is our object, let's say, and let's say we want to convert into a string. So convert into string. So we can do like console log, and here inside that we can set json.stringify, and inside that we can pass the object. Okay, as you can see, this is actually, now if you just print the type of it, as you can see, it's string. Fine.
Yeah.
And now let's say we convert the thing into a string. So const and put it on a variable, let's say str, and then copy this thing. Okay, so now this str is this string as this object. Okay, so we convert it into a string and put it into a str. Okay, and now actually you can reverse this process. Okay, so you can again convert this thing into an object. Okay, so we'll do that. Fine. Okay, so let's console log again. You can, okay, let's do the type of letter. So we can call this one again. So this one all capital letter. Okay, and then you can put dot and you can call parse. Okay, so parse, it will take a string.
Parse, right.
Okay, and it will convert it into a again this type of object. Okay, and now if you just
object
type of check the type, type of, as you can see, it's become an object again. Okay, so you can do the like convert into a string and then again reverse that process and make it again object. Fine.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, this is actually about the json.stringify and json.parse. Okay. Okay, don't save. Yeah, so we get back to our like state thing. Okay, so now if you just see inside our browser, we got our object state as 1 1 and then 2 2. Okay, so now let's say we want to change this value. Okay, because the main objective of the state is like we will use the state, and whenever we need to change the state using this function, right? That's the main goal of this state. So now let's say we have a button here, and what we can, yeah, so let's have a button, and it needs to be wrapped on a single component. So let's right here, and this button, what it will do, so it will only change one. Okay, so the first property. Okay, so you can say change one, this button will do, and this second one will do like change two. Okay, and now we can say here on click. Okay, so here we can pass away a function, right? In this on click, if you want to pass the arrow function like this,
Oh, okay. I see.
or
I
we
see.
can just
Right. Okay.
pass the function. Okay, so without a name, like
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
Right.
what we can do,
Mhm.
so we can do that thing inside this inside this button, or we can actually separate the thing inside outside this button. Okay, so we have already seen how we can do that thing here. Now we will see how we can do it outside. Okay, so let's say we define the
Yep.
function over here, const. Let's do in both way, like the arrow function. So we can say like change change one, and this will be an arrow function here. Okay, so change one, and we can take this thing function, and you can just refer this function over here. Don't call it. Okay, so just referring this function on this on click. Okay, so whenever you
Yeah.
click it,
So
they
that.
will automatically call this function. You don't need to like
Yeah.
call this function here like this way. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so now if you just console log it here, so clicked, let's say, and if you just reload and just click on change one, you can see it's clicked. Okay, so this is how actually we take the code from here and separate into a function. Okay, because this function actually, when we do a real project, it will become very weak. So if you just put every code inside here, it will not be a good thing. Okay, okay, now do this. Let's do it for this one. So const, instead of arrow function, let's do a simple function now. So function change to, let's say, and this will be a function, and here we give it a name, right? But when we do here online inline, we don't give it a name, because we don't, that time we don't need to refer or do something like that. But here we need to refer it. We can say change to the same way. Okay, so now this on click will go to this function. Okay, based on this name. Fine. Okay, we can do the same click here. Click two, let's say. You can see click two, and this is the clicked one. Okay, and here you can see 3 times and 2 times and other things. Okay, and whenever we actually do this thing like in the console, as you can see, it's not printed again, but it's showing here in this right side that how many times it's clicked or in print in this console. Okay, so this is a console thing. Okay, so now, and if you just do something like that, and you can click on this delete icon, so it will clear the console. Okay,
Right.
okay, so now let's try set object function. So first of all, let's say we want to change this one. Okay, the value of one. So let's do it over here. So set object, and here what you need to do, you need to pass the value. Okay, and you need to pass this whole object. Okay, if you just pass like an object and 1 colon equal, let's say 5 instead of 1, so we are changing this 2 into a 5, let's say. Okay, fine.
Right. Okay.
Okay, now if you just click on here, as you can see, change 1, it's become 5, but it's removed the other value, right? We have like 2, but it doesn't have 2. Okay, so we need to keep that thing, this older thing also, right? So we need to keep the previous value, and also we need to update the which one we want to update it. Okay,
Right.
you understand like how this is working? It's actually
Yeah.
remove the old value and just put your new value here. Okay,
Oh, it's just right. It's just complete.
yeah,
Right. It's just
it
replaced
just
it. Okay, I
remove
see.
everything and then just override this thing using this. Okay, so
Right.
now we
Okay.
need to actually do something like we want to keep the old value, and then we want to update the thing whichever we want to update it. Okay, so how we'll do that, we will see it now. Okay, so what we can do, again we can use a function here because we want to keep the previous value, right?
Mhm.
You want to keep the previous value and then just only update some property of that. So what you can do, you can give a function here and return something from here. Let's say an empty object for now. Okay, there is something error. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, so now we will take the previous object as a parameter. Okay,
So
fine.
that's what is that holding right now?
Okay,
Which
okay, okay.
it's
Yeah.
holding OBJ, like all the information within
Yes.
OBJ.
Yes. It's holding like this. Okay, the 1 1 and 2 2, the previous one,
Yeah, right.
right?
Okay. Sure, sure,
Now,
sure. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
okay. Now we want to keep this two, but we want to change this one. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So now let's see how we do that. So first, let's create a temporary variable. Let's call temp, and then we want to, let's say, restructure the whole thing. Okay. We
Mm-hmm.
will take an object and then we will just spread the thing. Okay, this is called spread operator. We also
Spread
learn this
operator,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So whatever you have, so it will this thing would it will do, it will take this one, then it will take this two, and then it will just
Mm.
create, and this two arrow, two curly braces, it will make a whole object again. Okay. So it will break
Mhm.
the things. This spread operator will break the things, and this will join the things again. Okay. And now this temp, it will also contain the same thing. We just make a copy of it. Okay. Copy of the previous value, right?
Why do we need to copy it though?
Okay,
Like
okay,
if it's
I'm
already
telling you
being
that. Yeah,
passed.
I'm
Okay.
telling you. Okay, okay, wait. So we just first create a copy of it. After this is fine.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Okay.
now,
Sure, sure. Yeah.
yeah. So in this in this copy, so we have like 1 and 2, right? And now if you want to change the
Hmm.
one, okay, so we need to update the one, right? That's our goal. Okay. So what we can do, we can give it a
Yep.
comma
Yep.
here. Okay. And now here we can just override the one only. Okay. So let's say we can call it like 5. Okay. So as you can see, we got our
Okay.
previous, like all the thing, and then we override the one so that the two keep whatever it is. Okay.
Right. Sure. I see.
Understood?
I see. Yep.
So that's how we make the copy fast. Okay. So we make the whole
Mm.
copy, then we just change whatever we want to change from that.
But so would it not work if you said like prev obj then dot then one and then
Okay,
equals
okay, okay.
5
Yeah, okay, okay.
like that?
So yes,
It
we
wouldn't
can do
work.
that, but yeah, this is not actually good practice to actually change this the value of the value of the state directly. Okay, because
Okay.
to change the thing, we need to use always. You need to use this set object function. That's why it's given here. Okay, if you just want to directly change the object, then this use state will not give you this state object. It's giving you this set object because you are not
No,
allowed to
yeah.
change directly.
No, I mean in the set object function,
Yeah,
like
yeah, okay, okay. Yes, this is previous
inside the
object. Yes, you're talking about
yeah,
like that.
using
Yeah,
that and then going for
yeah.
using
Maybe
dot
we can
notation
do that.
after
Yeah.
that.
So let's see what it do. Prev object dot, let's say 1 = 7.
Mhm.
You mean like this, right?
Yeah, is it okay?
Yeah,
Like
let's fine.
return to
Yeah,
return that.
previous object. Okay. I think it will work. Let's see. You can see it's not working. I think change one
Hmm.
lock console dot lock. We are in the change one function. Okay, so let's see. Let's just click it. We are in the
Ah,
change one function, but it's not working. Okay, so let me tell you why it's not working. Okay,
okay.
so what is it is happening here? So actually React. Okay, so React is what is doing. Okay, so before we do that, so this value. Okay, so this object and this previous object. Okay, so this value has how I could tell you. Hmm. Okay, wait a second. Let me try to draw something for you.
Okay.
Let's say this is our memory or RAM. Okay, this one.
Okay.
Can we type something here? Yeah. So let's say memory. Make it bigger. Okay. And now let's say we have a value here called object, okay, and this
Yeah.
is storing like 1:1 comma 2:2, let's say. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so now what we are doing, so what actually how this thing is storing inside the memory, okay, so this object is storing in the memory as some reference, okay, so maybe it looks like something like that. Let me just write over here. Let's say this object is look like, let's say a, okay, just assume this is something like a or a1 address one,
Mm-hmm.
okay, just assume that, okay, so let's say this is
Okay.
just an address which is referring to this object and which is storing one or two, okay,
Mm-hmm.
after this is fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's say, so how actually React is understanding that whenever you change something in the object, okay, so how React will understand that this is changed, okay, so what React is storing in memory or something like that, so he's storing this a1, okay, he don't know about how many things you have inside this thing, like one or two or something like that, okay, he doesn't know about the content, he know
Does
only
it
about
not
this
understand
a1.
that it's an object?
Yeah, he know it's an object, but he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
know what are the contents or what are the value inside the object, okay,
Okay.
so he know only this a1, about this a1, that whatever you have inside the memory, the RAM, okay, so he know
Right.
about the
Right.
a1, okay, so now let's say we do something like obj dot one equal 10, okay, so if you do this, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that time
Yeah.
actually a1 doesn't change, okay, so if a1 doesn't change, React think that, okay, so the object is actually still the same, okay, we change the property of the object, but he doesn't know about the content, okay, or the property, he know about the
It's still an
a1.
object.
Yeah, so
Right.
he still, it doesn't matter, it is still an object, it doesn't matter. Let's say we have another
Mm.
object here, let me just duplicate this. So let's say this is an object 2 with the same content, okay, and whenever we create an object 2, it will create another address in the memory, okay, so let's say this one
Mm-hmm.
is a2, okay, so now how React will understand then this one is changing or this one is changing based on these addresses, okay, so if
Mm-hmm.
you just change this object dot one, it actually doesn't change the address, okay, the address is same, that's why React
Yeah.
think that, okay, the object is not changing, that's why it's actually not changing over here, okay, that's why he doesn't re-render the thing, okay,
Mm-hmm. Right.
that's why we actually first create a copy of this thing, okay, so if you just create a copy, what it will do, so it will take the whole thing and just create a new address in the memory called a3, okay,
Uh-huh.
and now he know that, okay, previously it was a1, now it becomes a3, so something changed, right?
Yeah.
That's why when we do the copy thing, that time actually it's change the value, okay, you understand the thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's tricky, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I
So
kind of
okay,
get it.
let me just first show you that how this thing is working, then we can explain the same thing again, okay, so this thing doesn't
Okay.
work, okay, because this previous object address and this old address is same, okay, because the both address is same, that's why React thinks, okay, nothing changed, that's
Yeah.
the first thing, okay,
Yep.
and now let's talk about this
And so make a
clone
copy.
thing, okay,
Yes.
so first of all we make the copy, so that's why the address is now different, okay, of this
Mm-hmm.
temp below. Let's say this previous object address is a1, okay, and the temp object address is a2, now the address is different, right,
Yeah. Yeah.
and now if you just return the temp from here, so previously it was a1 and what we are returning a2 address, right, so the different thing,
Yeah.
that's why actually they think, okay, something is changed, so we need to rerender the thing, okay, so
Right.
now if you
Right.
just
Got
reload
it.
here, if you just reload, as you can see, it's now working,
Yeah. Changes.
understood,
Nice. Nice.
like that's why
Yeah.
actually we need to create the copy first, then we need to return the thing, okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay, great. So yeah, this is actually we need it like in many places, okay, because we don't actually work with the simple string and boolean or something like that. We must need to, when we do a real application, that time we must need to use this what we can say like object and things, okay.
Hmm.
This is clear now.
Okay. Yeah. 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 You just
Yeah,
got to make a copy. I
yeah,
got it.
yeah, so
Yeah.
make a copy, the why we are making the copy, because we need to make sure that the address is changed, okay, whenever we
Yep.
do something.
Right.
Okay, fine. Okay, now this is fine, now we see like how we can do the array thing, okay, so array
Okay.
state, Okay, so RFC. Do the same thing. First create an state using useState, import it from React, not something like this. And then we put an empty array or just put 1, 2, 3 as the initial value of the state. And then it will return two value. First one would be the array and second one would be set
right,
array,
yeah.
right?
Right. Okay, sure.
Okay. So
yeah.
now this array is holding 1, 2, 3.
Array within an array, yeah.
Okay, now here we can print the array using array.toString as we said. Okay. Fine.
Cool.
And
Nice.
now if you just check, okay, let's import it inside our app.jsx. So remove this array state. So now array state is 1, 2, 3. It's fine.
Is it okay to do array.join? Would that work as well?
You mean what? Array.join, right?
Array.join and then just put like
yeah,
an
we
empty
can do
string
you
in
can
the...
do like this. Okay, it's also
Is
working
it okay?
because this
Oh,
join
nice,
is returning
nice.
string, as you can see. So whatever is returning string, you can do that because we must need a
Cool.
string over here. Okay.
Cool. Nice. Okay.
Okay. So this is the thing here. So now you want to change something. Okay. So let's do this thing. So what are the changes we will do? So we will add an element in the array. Okay. And it will be like, first we will want to add this thing on like this first element. Let's say we want to add 7 over here at the top first. Okay, that's the first thing. So we can say like first position we want to add, or let's say we want to add in the middle. Okay, so middle position, and let's say we want to add in the end position. Okay, so let's say something like that. Okay, so we'll see how we can do that. End position, that's the first thing. This is for the add element. Let's say we want to remove something from the array. Let's say we want to delete the 3. Okay, so the same, we can delete the 3 or we can delete the 2 1 or delete the 2. Okay, so the same, first, middle, and the end. And let's say we want to update something in the array. Okay, the same thing. For the update, actually we'll take the position for like which one you want to update. Okay, so let's say it will give you some index, like this is the 0 index, this is the 1th index, this is the 2 index. So let's say it will give you 2, so it will update this one. If you give you 0, it will update this one. Okay, so based on the index, we'll update something. Okay, so in the array we need to apply this operation using this set array function. Okay, fine.
Cool. Can we use the array functions like filter and
yeah, we'll use that. We can use everything in the whatever we have in JavaScript. Okay, so there is no like boundary that you cannot use this or you cannot use this. Okay, so you can use everything like normal JavaScript. Okay, so now let's create a button here. So this is, let's say we want to add something in the yeah, so let's say in the first position, POSI position, and wrap everything inside a div. If you just click here, let's create the function first, then we will assign this function. Const fast post, let's say. And here, when we click on here, we want to get some value, right? Because 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to inside over here, we need to get this thing like from in the button, right?
Yep.
So that's why we need to take in what?
So it would be array and then square bracket 0, right?
No. Okay, let me tell you. So whenever click on this button, so we need to pass some parameter over here, right? So that what element you want to insert. Okay, so we can say like item, let's say
item. Okay, fine.
Yeah, so now here we can use the set array, and the same way we'll use like the previous thing. And if this is an only single parameter, we can just ignore
you don't need brackets,
parentheses. Okay, now we got the previous value. Now what we can do, so we can again create a copy here first. Okay, and we can do the this is what? This is an, previously it was an object inside here, right? This was an object. And now what it is? This is an
array.
So we can do the array destructure in here. So first given destructure sign, then we can do the straight thing. Okay. The prev.
Okay.
Same thing. Did you understand up to this?
Yeah.
So this is
Make
the
a
new copy with the same element. Okay. So now what we can do? So where we want to insert this item, at the first or at the end?
At the in index 0, right?
Yeah. So the first. Okay. Don't worry
You want
about
to change it, or you want to add a new one?
Yeah, we want to add new one. We are adding the element here. We'll talk about the update later. Okay. So we
Yeah,
want to,
can you just do copy dot, is it shift or something? Copy dot shift,
yeah,
and then
we
your
can do that like that way. Let me show you the easier way also. Okay.
okay.
So what you can do? So we want to add the first at the first position, right? So what you can do? You can just give the item here and then put a comma. Okay. And this will be the first element, and then the rest of the things you have in the array. Okay.
Ah, nice.
This is much
Right.
easier.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
I
So
see.
now and then you can just return the copy here from here. Fine. Let's call it this first function here on click this one. And now we need to pass some parameter here, right? The item. But if you just refer this thing, it will won't work. So what you can do? You can do something like that. Put in this function, and then inside that function, you can call something like using 7. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay. Right.
So
Yeah.
like we can do this thing like easily, right? So previously we did this thing, right? Right?
Yeah.
This is just a function. Yeah. And now we create another function over here, and the which need to just call over here, right? So we are just calling the
Oh,
function.
no, you're just calling
Yeah.
it. Right.
And then
Sure.
put the whatever it requires as parameter.
Okay.
Fine?
Yeah. I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now if you just see, you just click on here, it will be 7, 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah, should
because
be.
we just put it in the like fast position. So if you just do that, as you can see, 7, 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Right.
Okay. Now tell me how you can put at the end.
Well, I just you could just use oh, what am I talking about? Okay, so
let's say
do the spread operator with prev and then comma and then item, maybe, or maybe you could just do dot length minus.
No. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
Is it fine like that? Okay, nice.
This is fine. So all the element you have currently 1, 2, 3, and then the comma, then the new item. Okay. So now if you just check it. So 1, 2, 3, 7. Fine.
That's cool. Okay.
So now let's say we want to insert something in the middle position. Okay. So now how we'll do that? Okay. This is fast and the end position is same. So let's rename the function called fast and end position. Put it over here and create another function here, button here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to map through or something, right? You're gonna have to sort of
we'll check that. Yeah. Let's tell that add in position, let's say 2. Okay. So let's say we want to add an element inside a two position, like currently what we have, like let's say, so this is the 0, this is the 1, this is the 2. Okay. So the up, like, okay, let's write over here comment. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 like this. Okay. So this is the 0, this is the 1, and this is the 2. So we want to add a new element in the 2 position. Okay. So what it will become, like, let's say 7, and then 2, it will become the 2 position, and this will become the 4 position, right? So we want to achieve this thing. Okay.
Yeah, that seems like it would be harder to do.
Yeah, it's a bit hard. Okay. Let's see how we can do that. Let's create a function here. Const, let's say, add item in 2 position. Or in the second position. Okay. So now first same thing, take this thing, whole thing again, remove everything from that. We can keep the copy. Now we got the copy, and now we need to do something.
Map through.
Oh, no. We don't need to do the map through. So what we can do, okay, let me think. So we want to add it in the second position, right? So let's keep 2 here and just update it below with the 7. So currently it should have something like this, like 1, then 2, then 7. Okay, because we remove the second position. Now what we can do, so we can give like this, the next one, like 2 plus 1 for the next position. The second one, it was previously second, and then we are giving in the 2 plus 1 position. And then what we can do, we can take the previous array and take the second position here, and it will become like 1 2 7. And then this thing will give you 3, right? Because in the second position it was 3 previously.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it should like
That would
something like
work.
this. Okay, let me check it's working or not. So copy, console log it, and let's return the copy. Put it in the on click. And we don't need to pass any parameter because we just name the function at second position. That's why we use 2 and 2 here. And if you pass the position here, then you can just replace this 2, all the 2 using that variable name. Okay, let's see. I think it's working, right? In the second position, I have 2, then the 3. Okay, fine. Yeah, so you can actually modify the whatever way you like. Okay, just idea is you need to make the copy so that it's changed in the React. Okay, so the React understand that something changed. Okay, so this is the add element. Now we can try to remove the same way. Okay, so remove, actually you can remove using the filter thing. Okay,
Filter, nice.
so you can do like const remove item, and we can take the position, or you can take the item which one you want to remove, okay, as a parameter. And then here we do the same thing, copy the set array and take the previous thing as a copy. Okay, and now we can do like copy dot filter, or what you can do, you don't need to like do the copy for now. Okay, because the filter will actually give you a new array, right? Let me show you. So previous array dot filter.
Oh, really?
Yes, so if you just see, the filter actually returning the
course.
new array. Okay, so we don't need to do the copy here. So you can take the item, and from here we can, what we'll do, we'll check first that if the item equal item. Let's rename this thing so that it's not confusing. So let's say this is underscore item. So each time this underscore item will be 1 2, and then second time is 3, and whatever we are going to remove, so we are passing as a parameter here item. Okay,
yeah.
so now if you check, if this is same, we want to return false because we want to remove it. If it's not same, we want to return true, right? And then you can just call this thing and it will remove something. You can say like,
will that not change the values though to true? Won't you just get like a list of Boolean values now? Just be like,
okay, I forgot to like return this copy. Now tell me what you are talking. Okay, so in the filter, yeah, I understood. Okay, in the filter, so let's say you want to remove this item. Okay, so that time you return false, and if this is false, it will automatically return remove that item from the array. Okay, in the new array. Let's say we pass this item as a 3. Okay, here this item is 3, and this item would be initially would be 1, then it will be 2, then it will be 3. Okay, and what is this value? This is this item below this one. Tell me.
It depends on what you call when you call remove item. What have you passed through?
I pass is 3. Tell me what it is.
Oh,
now.
3. Okay, so
okay,
that's 3.
Okay, so now it will check like if 1, because first initially it will be 1, so 1 equal 3, no, then it will return true. So it will keep the 1 in the new copy. Okay, and the second time it will become 2.
So
then it will become this condition become false, it will return true again. So 2 will be keep in the new array, and for the 3 it will become same thing, and it will return false. So when this is returning false,
so what it will return is like 1 and 2 instead of true and true, because I feel like it will return true and true like twice.
No, it will just become like 1 and 2.
Really?
You don't need to return the item here. Okay, in case of filter, you return item in case of like in the map. Okay. Okay, let's
all right. Okay.
Yeah, you can console log the thing here so that you can understand like what is returning in the copy. console.log, copy. Okay, after update or after remove. Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
call it over here. Take this or take this, remove, let's say 3, copy the function name, call it here, pass 3 here. Okay, up to this
Mm-hmm.
is fine.
Yep.
Okay, now let's click on here 3. It would remove the 3 and you can see the console log of the copy thing. You can see 1 and 2. Okay, it's not returning true or false. Okay,
Two.
and as you can see, it's also updating the state also.
Cool. Yeah. For some reason, I thought you were going to get like 2 Boolean values. It would come out like an array of true and then true. I've used filter a lot, but I just
Yeah,
haven't used it like that before. Returning
no,
false.
this is the same thing. Like always you need to return some, as you can see, maybe it's written over here. No, it's not written anyway. So always in the filter, you need to pass return some true or false. Based on this true or false, it will keep the value or it will remove the value. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see like our previous lesson also. We
Okay,
did.
but like, could I just literally just go return item not the same as item? Couldn't I just do it like
Yeah,
that
that's the
instead of the if
shortcut.
statement?
Yeah, that's the shortcut. Okay. So this is I'm doing it detailed way so that you can understand.
Right.
Okay. So don't worry about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shortcut. When you will be used to it, you can do the shortcut. No problem about that.
Okay, okay, okay,
Just
okay.
do it
I think
this
yeah,
way.
because that's how I
Yeah.
usually do it. That's why I
Yeah.
got confused.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
So this is the internal way. Okay. So if you do like that, it will like you will just memorize the code how you are doing it. So you if you want to do it like it, you just want to change it, you won't be able to change it. Okay. So just do in
Okay.
detailed way. When you will become like more used to this, you can do the shortcut.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Then this was the remove item. So you can remove from first item or the second, whatever item you want using this thing. Okay. You just need to
Nice,
pass the item over
nice.
here. Okay. For
That's
the
cool.
update. So I think this is too much. So we'll talk about the update tomorrow. Okay. So this is bit
Sure, sure,
tricky.
sure, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So whatever we
Yeah.
have done today, so try to practice this thing like this count thing. We have already done this simple use state. Then the object, how we
Mm.
change the object. Okay. This thing. And then the
Yeah.
array thing. Okay. And if you want, you can try to update the thing. Like you just try to practice at home. If you can, that's fine. If you not, I will help you. Okay. If you are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified for new videos. It will help me to grow. Also, it will encourage me to create more videos like this. So see you in the next video.